మై ఏం కేకలేదు. Kidney stones. Okay. So generally we call it with the three names. One, kidney stones. It's a very layman word. So more people they will call as the kidney stones. And clinically we will call as the renal caliculi or nephrolithiasis. So lithiasis. So means stone formation. Okay. And the stone formation that will take place in the nephrons. So because of that we call it as the nephrolithiasis. Okay. So caliculi is also the same thing. Caliculi means so again formation of some stone like thing. So that forms in the kidney. So because of that reason we are calling as the renal caliculi. So anybody have any idea about these kidney stones? Normally you might heard from your friends or neighbors or some other your parents or grandparents. So this is a very common problem. Some of the other person they will affect. Okay. Any idea? Anybody have any idea about these kidney stones? So what do you mean by these stones? Or what are the different causes for these stones? And what is the management? Anyone? Okay. So the very simple, what you mean by kidney stone? Kidney stone means formation of stone in the kidney. Yeah. Another question: whether really a stone is forming in the kidney? Yeah, it's not a stone, but it was appearing like a stone. So this is calcium and oxalate. They are reacting and they are forming like a calcium oxalate. This calcium oxalate generally it will be in crystalline nature. These one to one crystals they will join. They will form like some hard mass, and it appears like a stone, normal stone. So because of that reason, we'll consider as this stone formation in the kidney. And another important cause for the kidney stone is the uric acid. You know about uric acid, and in yesterday also we discussed it. Uric acid is the one example of the non-protein nitrogenous consistent, and generally, so this increased uric acid production will lead to the excretion of uric acid through urine. So during this time, this uric acid, it deposits in the kidney, or it deposits in the ureter, or it deposits in the bladder. And this uric acid also generally will be in crystalline nature. And this again same thing, same, these crystals, they will join together, they will form like a hard mass, and they will obstruct the urine flow, they will obstruct the kidney functioning. Okay. So if the problem is continued for a long time, there may be chance for the kidney damage also. Is it clear? Now we got basic idea about kidney stone.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And the another important thing is the what are the risk factors for the kidney stone. Okay. So in the in general basic level, so the risk factors are generally the people who are taking less amount of fluids. If you see some people, they will drink very few quantity of water or some other liquids. Those who are taking very less amount of fluids, there may be chance for the occurrence of the dehydration state. And indirectly, this less fluid intake will lead to the formation of very thick concentrated urine. When the quantity of urine is very less, there is high chances for the reaction of the calcium and oxalate, or this deposition of uric acid. Okay. So because of that reason, dehydration is the one major cause. The people who have this problem, generally they have the very high risk. And then kidney stones are calculated develop as a result of various metabolic disorders which affect the fate of calcium and other mineral elements in the body. Okay. Generally, it's because of some metabolic disorders, of fluid decrease of fluid elimination, and increase excretion of calcium. So these are also some other factors for the this kidney stone formation. Okay. And another important thing is that some have genetically risk factors, hereditary and genetically, some have some problem. So because of that reason, there is high chances for this uric acid production. That uric acid will deposit, will form the stone. కొంతమంది మీరు వినుంటే జనరల్లీ మోర్ ఫ్రీక్వెంట్లీ దే విల్ హ్యావ్ దిస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఎవ్రీ 2 weeksly or 3 weekly or every 2 monthly or 3 monthly they will have this problem. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we'll go to the topic.
Sir,
Yeah, yeah.
Because of uric acid కూడా stone formation అవుతుంది సార్.
Yes. Because of uric acid, the stone formation will occur.
ఓకే సార్.
So normally, this in the leukemia condition, blood cancer, and the persons who are taking these chemotherapeutic agents, cancer drug, cancer and treatment తీసుకుంటున్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళు ఏమవుతుందంటే సెల్ డ్యామేజ్ అనేది ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. సైటోటాక్సిసిటీ ఎఫెక్ట్స్ అంటాం. ఆ టైంలో కూడా దేర్ మే బి ఛాన్స్ ఫర్ ది ఇంక్రీజ్డ్ ప్యూరిన్ డిగ్రేడేషన్ అండ్ యూరిక్ యాసిడ్ ప్రొడక్షన్. సో అలా ఏమవుతుందంటే యూరిక్ యాసిడ్ ప్రొడక్షన్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయిపోయింది అనుకో, బ్లడ్లో ఏమవుతుంది, అప్ టు 7.1 mg/dl దట్ విల్ బి ప్రజెంట్ ఇన్ ది బ్లడ్. ద రిమైనింగ్ అమౌంట్ need to be eliminated from the body. అది ఎలా ఎలిమినేట్ అవుతుందంటే త్రూ కిడ్నీ ఇట్ విల్ ఎలిమినేట్. సో డ్యూరింగ్ దిస్ ఎలిమినేషన్, సో దిస్ యూరిక్ యాసిడ్ విల్ అక్యుములేట్, విల్ లీడ్ టు ది ఫార్మేషన్ ఆఫ్ ది స్టోన్. If you take one example, and generally మనం you will prepare the simple syrup. Have you prepared simple syrup in the Sutix?
ఎస్ సార్.
Yes, sir.
So what
Yes,
you are
sir.
doing,
Yes,
to the
sir.
water you are adding the sugar. You are simply made in the simple syrup. Okay. So for example, if you add very few quantity of sugar to the 100 ml of water, what will happen? The concentration is very less. The sweetness, everything will be very less, and the solution will be somewhat clear. You won't observe any sticky or that turbid feeling. Observe చేశారు కదా మీరు.
ఎస్ సార్.
Say for example,
Yes, sir.
if we add high quantity of sugar, say for example, ఒక 30 grams or 40 grams add చేసాం, what will happen? Okay. So generally, the kidney stone is a hard, solid mass of material that forms in the kidney from the substance in the urine. Okay. And generally, these kidney stones are calculated develop as a result of various metabolic disorders, which affects the fate of calcium and other mineral elements in the body. And normally, these are the sites where we'll observe this kidney stone formation. Generally, kidney, bladder, ureter, and urethra. These are the sites. In some people will form in the kidney. In some people will form in the bladder. In some people will form in the ureter and urethra. Okay. So these are the various sites. We'll observe the formation of stones. Okay. And generally, the kidney stone is also known as renal calculus or nephrolithiasis. Is a solid piece of material which is formed in the kidneys from materials in from minerals in urine. Yeah. Generally, this slide is about the statistics. Generally, we'll consider as the incidence and prevalence. Incidence means the number of new cases that are reporting in a year, that we call as the incidence. So normally the incidence rate is more than 1 million cases, means nearly 10 lakh people they are diagnosing with this particular problem annually, and 1 in 272 or 3.6 per thousand Americans they develop stones annually, and 80% of stones generally they are under the size of 2 mm in size, and 90% of stones generally pass through the urinary system spontaneously, and generally the stones smaller than 6 mm generally they will pass through urine. If they are more than 8 mm or 10 mm, it's very difficult to pass through urine, and that will lead to the formation of the stone will be in the kidney. So with some surgical procedure, some laparoscopic procedure, generally the stones will be removed from the kidney. So is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This 2 mm is
Yes,
the
sir.
thickness. Actually, some people they don't know actually. These 2 mm, 3 mm stones will be formed, and they will be passed through the urine. So, in the people who have the size more than 6 mm, generally they will have some pain, difficulty in passing urine. Okay, they have some manifestations actually. And these are the some risk factors for these kidney stones. Generally, one of the important thing is the imbalance of this pH in urine. So that pH imbalance will lead to the again some stone formation. Say for example, if the pH is decreased, we'll consider as the acidic. In that case, there is chance for the some formation of these uric acid stones. And say for example, the urine pH is alkaline, it leads to formation of the calcium oxalate crystals, calcium stone. Okay, then gout, hyperparathyroidism. These are the some other important factors. So in the hyperparathyroidism, we'll observe the decreased absorption of calcium that leads to more and more calcium undergoes degeneration and will lead to eliminate through urine. There may be chance for the stone formation in the kidney. Okay, so is it clear?
Sir, what is mean by etiology?
Etiology means causes.
Okay, sir.
Etiology means causes, means generally what was the cause. The cause for this kidney stone is the one, dehydration. Normally in some people it is unknown, it is very difficult to identify what is the exact cause, but in some people the causes might be one, dehydration, uh, less fluid intake, dehydration, then hyperuricemia, increased uric acid production, next increased excretion of calcium, and those who are taking high protein diet, జనరల్ వాళ్ళలో ఏమవుతుందంటే ఈ ప్రోటీన్స్లో గ్లైసిన్ అనే ఒక అమైన్ యాసిడ్ ఉంటుంది. దిస్ గ్లైసిన్ అమైన్ యాసిడ్ విల్ అండర్గోస్ మెటబాలిజం అండ్ కన్వర్ట్స్ ఇంటూ ఆక్సలేట్, and this oxalate generally it excretes through urine. This oxalate will react with the calcium, will form the calcium oxalate. Okay, is it clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So these are the different type of stones we'll observe uh, generally. One, calcium oxalate stones. This is the more common one. In more than 80% people will see these type of stones only. That is because of the calcium oxalate. Then calcium phosphate. The phosphate will react with the calcium and will form calcium phosphate. This we'll see in very less number of people. Then struvite stones, or it is called as triple stones. Means here the calcium oxide, calcium phosphate, and uric acid. All these three will mix, will lead to the formation of the stones. Then uric acid stones. In 5 to 10% of people, will see this uric acid stones, and then is the cystic stones on top. Some cysteine, some other they will amino acids. These will form as a stones. Okay, and in some people, this fat also increase. High fat containing high fat containing diet is called that fat generally is also can act as one some factor. Okay, is it clear? You need to mention this also in the exam. If they in the exam they ask for write in detail about renal calculi, kidney stone for 5 marks or 4 marks, you need to write types of kidney stones. So here calcium oxalate stones, calcium phosphate stones, struvite stones, uric acid stone, and cystic stone. Okay. So here you can see. Okay. These calcium oxalate stones more common. Then calcium phosphate. Then struvite triple phosphate stones. Okay. So here some bacterial infections and these calcium phosphate. All these will form as a stone. So this is a struvite or triple phosphate stone. Generally, it is a one major cause in the women. Okay. Next, you can see the cystic stone. So this fat, all these things are high. Generally, they will lead to the formation. Generally, they need to avoid this milk, cheese, egg, all these things they need to avoid. Then uric acid stones. So you can more that meat, grapes, red wine, all these things will be act as some factors. Next about the pathophysiology. Generally in the pathophysiology, so increased amount of these particular levels in the urine that we call as the increased urine saturation of these particular contents will lead to the reaction of one-to-one substance that we call as the aggregation. This aggregation will lead to the formation of some stone and will block the this urine flow and everything. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear regarding the
Yes, sir.
pathophysiology? So very simple.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm mentioning in two
Sir.
lines. One, increased urine saturation of the substances like calcium oxalate, uric acid, phosphates will lead to the aggregation of these particular substances. This aggregation will lead to the formation of these stones and will obstruct the urine flow. Okay, in simple. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Then clinical manifestation. So severe pain in the side and back, particularly below the ribs, we will see. Generally, from front to back to front radiation we'll observe. Generally, మన kidney back side కదా ఉండేది, and we'll see radiation of pain from back to front. This is the one important manifestation we'll observe. Then generally this pain will spreads in the lower abdomen and in the groin region, and generally this pain will comes in waves and it will fluctuates in the intensity. And pain on urination, the cloudy or foul smelling of the urine, is nausea and vomiting, fever and chills. And generally these are the very important things we'll observe. The very important thing is the cloudy or foul smelling of the urine. It's the one more important thing we'll observe in these kidney stone patients. Okay. And one more important thing is as the stones they are obstructing the urine flow, very few amount of urine formation will observe, and the person will pass very few amount, and they will have severe pain during the passing of the urine, and very painful urination. They will have that burning feeling also. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Then about the diagnosis. Generally, diagnosis will done with the help of this ultrasonography of abdomen. You might know about this the scanning antam kada manam, ultrasonography of abdomen. Generally, with that thing, we can examine the kidneys, and we can examine how much what is the size of the stone, everything we can assess. Okay. Apart from that, we can go with the cystoscopy, is the one more common one we are using to identify these stones. And as a supportive purpose, we are going with this blood analysis or urine analysis, and this CT scan or MRI, and this intravenous urogram. These are the some high level advanced diagnostic techniques. They are somewhat costly. If the problem is not diagnosed with the ultrasonography abdomen, in that case we will go with this CT scan or MRI or intravenous urogram or intravenous pyelogram. Okay. This is the one that we are using, the cystoscopy. This one is the contrast one. They will administer the contrast, then they will done the examination, the CT scan, all these things will be in this procedure only. This is the one ultrasound abdomen. This is a very common one we are using, and a very economic when compared with the CT scan and other. This is somewhat economical. Finally, management. So you no need to mention very detailedly, you just mention one or two points about the management. Okay. So till now what we discussed, that is a very important for the biochemistry part. Okay, is it clear? You need to mention about what is kidney stone, what are the causes of the kidney stone, and what are the different types of kidney stones, and what are the manifestations we are observing in the kidney stone, then diagnosis. Up to that you need to discuss. You just mention one or two points about the management. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So regarding the management, so how we can manage the problem? Generally, pain is the one common manifestation we'll observe in the kidney stones. Because of that reason, we'll advise the persons to take the analgesics. Okay. Normally, you very well know about these painkillers. The painkillers we will more commonly will use to analyze these, to manage the pain and to bring some relief to the patient. Okay. And a very important thing is the fluid intake. We'll advise the person to take a high amount of fluids. Okay, if the person is taking high amount, automatically the urine formation is also very high. So this urine will little bit push the stone. There may be chance for the breakage of the stone, and some day by day, some part of stone will be broken down and will excrete through urine. So in that way, the problem will be managed. If the stone is very small, generally less than 6 mm, no need of any medication. With this, with fluid intake only, we can manage the problem. Say for example, if the stone is more than 8 mm or 10 mm, in that case definitely some interventional procedure is required, either some laparoscopy or some other is required to remove the stone from the kidney. The stone will not be broken down as the stone size is very big. Okay. So this is the procedure that we are following. If the stone is more than 8 mm, that we call the lithotripsy. This technique that is non-invasive, and it breaks these stones, and automatically it create, because of some movement it break the stones. Automatically that break stones, day by day they will come out with the urine. So we call as the extracorporeal shock wave lithotripsy అని కూడా అంటాం మనం, ESWL. Okay. You can see here. So some waves will be sent to the that stone, wherever the stone is formed. Automatically, because of that waves, because of some movement, the stone will broken down to some very small pieces. Automatically that pieces will come out through the urine. So this is the one you can see here. Also you can see, so the stone is there. In the stone, that because of that waves movement, the stone will broken down, and that broken pieces will come out through the urine. Is it clear? lithotripsy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this was the one very simple technique, non-invasive కాబట్టి దీనిలో బెటర్, ఎందుకంటే పేషెంట్ రిస్క్ ఉండదు. దే కెన్ కమ్, దే కెన్ డూ ది ప్రొసీజర్ అండ్ దే కెన్ గో హోమ్. సో ఇట్స్ అ వెరీ సింపుల్ వన్, no pain, nothing, but 2 or 3 days it takes time to come out of the complete stones from the kidney. Okay, this was the one another procedure, so that also we are using, we call the percutaneous nephrolithostomy. So where the stone will be removed with some catheter will be sent to the kidney. First it will be, the stone will be broken down if it is a very big one. Slowly that pieces will be removed, that we call as the lithotomy, nephrolithotomy, percutaneous nephrolithotomy. This is the way generally they will operate. Okay, that is the catheter. So that catheter will be sent by making a small incision on the skin. So small, so very small tube like that will be sent. Through that, the camera, some other scissors, all this will be sent, and that will cut and that will remove, that will bring all the pieces from the kidney. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So here you can see that the tube that we are sending automatically, that will collect and that removes the stones. The other procedures are ureterolithotomy, pylolithotomy, nephrolithotomy, and partial or total nephrectomy. These are the some other procedures that we are using to remove the stones from the kidney. Okay, is it clear? Generally, for the inpatients, the nurses, they will take care about they will check the urine color and they check the quantity. They will monitor the vitals of the patient. They will check the fluid chart. They will observe for the any anuria. Anuria means absence of urine. They will check for that one. Generally, if the urine quantity is less than 200 ml, we'll consider as the anuria, and we'll observe some signs of infection also. Okay, so that is about the kidney stones. So anybody have any doubts in the kidney stones?
సార్ మీరు లెస్ దాన్ 6 mm ఉంటే కిడ్నీస్ తో స్టోన్స్ పెయిన్ ఉండదు అన్నారు కదా, ఆ పెయిన్ ఉండకుండా కిడ్నీస్ తో స్టోన్స్ ఉంటే ఐడెంటిఫికేషన్ ఎలా చేస్తారు సార్?
పెయిన్ లేకుండా కిడ్నీస్ లో
స్టోన్స్ ఉంటే ఐడెంటిఫికేషన్ ఎలా చేస్తారు?
సో ఐడెంటిఫికేషన్ ఎలా చేస్తాము అంటే, ఒక నిమిషం మీకు చూపిస్తాను. అల్ట్రాసోనోగ్రఫీ ఆఫ్ అబ్డామిన్ అని మనకు ప్రొసీజర్ ఉంటుంది. సో యూ కెన్ సీ హియర్. ఓకే, దిస్ ఈస్ ద అల్ట్రాసోనోగ్రఫీ ఆఫ్ అబ్డామిన్. సో దానికి ఏమవుతుందంటే ఆ వేవ్స్ ని రికార్డ్ చేసుకుంటుంది. మనం అక్కడ ఒక వేవ్ సెండ్ అవుతాయి. దీని ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఏంటంటే, ఈ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ యొక్క జనరల్లీ వేవ్స్ విల్ బి సెంట్. ఆ వేవ్ సెండ్ చేస్తూ వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారంటే అది మూవ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. మీకు అక్కడ చూస్తారా, హ్యాండ్ లో హోల్డ్ అయి ఉంది, ఒక స్మాల్ మౌస్ పీస్ లాగా ఉంది, దాంతో వేవ్ సెండ్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి. మనకి ఎక్కడైతే వీళ్ళు హై సౌండ్ వస్తుందో, ఈకో అంటాం దాన్నే మనం. ఓకే, ఆ ఈకో వస్తున్నప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే అక్కడ ఒక హార్డ్ మాస్ లా సమ్ స్టోన్ ఉందనేది. దే విల్ గెట్ ది ఇమేజెస్ ఆల్సో. ఆ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దట్ దే విల్ డయాగ్నోస్ అది ఎంత సైజ్ ఉందనేది కూడా. 2 mm, 3 mm, 4 mm, 6 mm, 10 mm అనేది. ఓకే, సో ఇది ఒక ప్రొసీజర్. అనదర్ ప్రొసీజర్ ఇస్ దిస్ వన్. ఇది సమ్వాట్ కాస్ట్లీ, మనం అందరికి చెయ్యం యాక్చువల్లీ. ఓకే, ఇంట్రా వీనోగ్రాఫ్ పెరిటోనియం అంటాం. ఓకే, పైలోగ్రామ్ అంటాం, ఇంట్రా వీనస్ పైలోగ్రామ్. ఓకే, కాంట్రాస్ట్ చెక్ చేయటం, సిటీ స్కాన్, ఇవి కూడా సమ్ అదర్ ప్రొసీజర్స్. ఓకే, ఇది కూడా చూడొచ్చు. దిస్ వాజ్ ద అనదర్ వన్, సిస్టోస్కోపీ. దీంతో మనం ఇమేజెస్ చూడొచ్చు, మళ్ళీ దీని ద్వారా మనము స్టోన్స్ కూడా రిమూవ్ చేయొచ్చు. కెథెటర్ లోనే మనకి డిఫరెంట్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే,
ఓకే సార్,
ఇస్ ఇట్ క్లియర్?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, good. Any other?
Sir, what are the symptoms, sir?
3 symptoms we'll observe. 1, pain in the lower abdomen,
Sir.
and very importantly, that pain we'll observe from back to front. Okay, back to front radiating pain we'll observe in the lower abdomen region. That is the one key manifestation. ఎవరికన్నా అది ఉంది అంటే straight away we'll consider as a kidney stone. Okay.
Okay, sir.
The second important thing is the decreased urine output, and the urine will be in a dark yellow color ఎందుకంటే concentrated urine కాబట్టి.
Okay, sir.
The third thing is this foul smelling urine. Okay, as the urine is very thick concentrated, we'll observe that very foul smelling like that appearance. Okay. And
Okay,
one
sir.
more important thing is the painful urination. They call
Fever కూడా
ఫీవర్ కూడా వస్తుంది. లో గ్రేడ్ ఫీవర్ మనకి అంటే ఒక 99 degrees Fahrenheit 100 degrees అలా లో గ్రేడ్ ఫీవర్. ఓకే, లో గ్రేడ్ ఫీవర్స్ ఇన్ సమ్ పీపుల్ విల్ హ్యావ్ నాసియా, వామిటింగ్, ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఉంటాయి. మెయిన్ ఏంటంటే పెయిన్ ఇన్ ది లోయర్ అబ్డామిన్ అండ్ దట్ టు రేడియేటింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ బ్యాక్ టు ది ఫ్రంట్ రీజియన్. ఓకే.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, good. Any other?
What dissolves kidney stones faster? అంటే కిడ్నీ స్టోన్స్ మనం ఎఫెక్ట్ అయినప్పుడు తొందరగా డిజాల్వ్ చేసుకోవాలంటే ఏమైనా లైక్ ప్రికాషన్స్ తీసుకోవచ్చా?
Very good question. Very informative question also. Generally we need to take the citrus fruits. సో సిట్రస్ ఫ్రూట్స్ ఏమవుతుందంటే సిట్రిక్ యాసిడ్, పొటాషియం ఇవన్నీ ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి. జనరల్లీ దీస్ విల్ డిజాల్వ్ ది స్టోన్, దట్ విల్ లీడ్ టు ది బ్రేకేజ్ ఆఫ్ ది స్టోన్. మనకి ఏముందంటే స్టోన్ అనేది ఒక 2 to 3 pieces గా బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది. సో ఆటోమేటికల్లీ ఆ బ్రేక్ అయిపోయింది అనుకో, విల్ బి వెరీ స్మాల్.
అది యూరిన్ ద్వారా బయటికి వెళ్ళిపోయింది.
that small one will come out through urine very easily.
Sir.
సో ఎవరైనా శాంపిల్ కలెక్ట్ చేస్తే కనుక వాళ్ళకి అబ్జర్వ్ అవుతుంది. వాళ్ళు దే కెన్ సీ ద స్టోన్ ఆల్సో. సమ్ yellow clay కలర్ రెండు మిక్స్ అయినట్టుగా ఉంటది.
ఓకే సార్. దట్స్ ఇట్ సార్.
Yeah, good. Okay, give your attendance. Is the 3 is present or absent?
Absent, sir.
Yeah, okay. 3, wait. Ten.
Sir, present.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you. That is about the kidney function test. Okay, with that the topic kidney function test is completed.
Sir, కాల్షియం ఎక్కువ తీసుకున్న కిడ్నీస్ లో స్టోన్స్ వస్తాయా?
వస్తాయి, అవును. సో
లైక్ మిల్క్, మీట్
అంటే సమ్ అమౌంట్ లో ఓకే, వెరీ హ్యూజ్ అమౌంట్ లో తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే ప్రాబ్లం అయ్యే ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుంది.
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే, అంటే అక్కడ వాళ్ళు ఏం చేయాలి అంటే దే నీడ్ టు టేక్ హై అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్లూయిడ్. అందుకని ఏంటంటే సింపుల్ రెమెడీ ఏంటంటే డైట్ ఎలా ఉన్నా ఫ్లూయిడ్ ఇంటేక్ ఎక్కువ ఉండాలి. మనం అదే సజెస్ట్ చేయాలి. ఫ్లూయిడ్ ఇంటేక్ ఎక్కువ ఉందనుకో యూరిన్ సాచురేషన్ అనేది డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. సో లో కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ఉంటాయి. లో కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ఉన్నప్పుడు రియాక్షన్ కి ఛాన్సెస్ తక్కువ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే.
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే
సార్, ఒకవేళ మన బాడీలో కిడ్నీ స్టోన్స్ ఉన్నాయి అనుకో సార్, మనం ఏ ఫుడ్ తీసుకోకూడదు?
జనరల్లీ ఏంటంటే కొంచెం మిల్క్ కానీ అండ్ దీస్ హై అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ మీట్ ఏదైనా అవాయిడ్ చేయాలి. అంటే మనం వీక్లీ వన్స్ అలా అన్నప్పుడు నాట్ ఇష్యూ. అండ్ మార్నింగ్, ఆఫ్టర్నూన్, ఈవినింగ్ కంటిన్యూస్లీ సమ్ దే విల్ టేక్ ది ప్రోటీన్ డైట్. అలా ఏదైనా ఉన్నప్పుడు ఆ పర్టికులర్ టైం కొంత అవాయిడ్ చేస్తే సరిపోయింది.
ఓకే సార్. Thank you, sir.
అమౌంట్ హై ఉన్న డైట్ కొంచెం రెస్ట్రిక్ట్ చేసుకుంటే కొన్నాళ్ళు జస్ట్ 10 days or 1 week, automatically the problem will resolve. Simultaneously fluid intake and these citrus fruits వీటి వల్ల ఏమంటే ప్రాబ్లం సాల్వ్ అవుతుంది.
Okay, sir.